human body is fascinating. The way it functions, the way every single cell in your body has specific jobs to keep you alive, and how everything is independent. And of course, how do our cells keep so much energy from working nonstop, 24/7 for the entirety of our lives? Well, the answer is food. Food is a vital human necessity needed by every one of your 30 trillion cells. Our food is a reason why we can all breathe, walk, and do our everyday activities, like waking up in the morning or going to our TEDx speeches. But do we know what we're eating? Before the worldwide implementation of the Industrial Revolution, individuals used to cultivate their crops and obtain their food independently. They used to grow their vegetables, butcher their meat, whatever you name, they did it themselves. When the Industrial Revolution began, people slowly started shifting from homegrown to store-bought goods, from homemade to microwavable meals. The Industrial Revolution just allowed us to work faster and smarter. Human creativity passed beyond the limits of years of restriction. Employment rates increased, and we even found a way to store food for over 5 years in a can. As the years went on, the consumption of factory-made food increased dramatically, and so did the number of diseases. Within the past century, countless numbers of health diseases emerged alongside new, different foods, from type 2 diabetes to hypertension, from heart attacks to strokes. The list goes on. My main point here is, diseases that didn't exist before the Industrial Revolution suddenly did. I think we're beginning to see a pattern here. Is there a link between food and diseases? Is it because of our food consumption? Is it because of the food's nutritional content? Or is it simply an additive that we don't know about? But although there isn't a clear answer to our questions, many suspect that the overprocessing of food is the main reason why so many health diseases are currently present. If we think about it, everything we eat in some way is harmful for us. Your fruits and vegetables, they have been coated with wax to appeal to consumers like me and you. Your morning sausages, they were made by using scrap meat and use synthetic castings. And your steak, the cow you're eating was supplied with a handful of drugs, including steroids, in order to produce more meat. Processed foods are filled with chemicals, additives, unnecessary sugar, artificial flavors, and colors. The consumption of these is simply an invite to heart disease and obesity. Processed foods are a ticking time bomb. And is there any proof? Absolutely. In 2022, according to the World Health Organization, over 2.5 billion people in the world were overweight. And let me repeat that number again, 2.5 billion people. That is a whopping 31% of our entire world's population. Overall, over 2/3 of adults in the United States were also medically diagnosed as overweight. But why are there so many overweight Americans? Not even just Americans. Why are there so many overweight people? The most obvious answer is what we consume. The average American drinks about 44 gallons of soda a year and consumes around 2,700 calories a day, which is 700 calories above the recommended intake. Furthermore, food in the US also contains many more harmful preservatives compared to food worldwide. Foods like ketchup, soda, and French fries all contain more chemicals in the United States compared to food globally, although they're the exact same thing. But adding preservatives is a common problem worldwide. Our trashy diets have resulted in a shiny spot in the top 10 leading death causes in the world. The top risk today is high BMI, which has seen a 190% increase since 2005. Not only is heart disease the #1 killer in the UAE, but between 2005 and 2016, the rate of deaths caused by heart disease actually rose by a whopping 215%. Still have doubts? Statistics show that in 2016, heart disease claimed over 350,000 lives in the UAE alone. Now, let me feed your brain just a little more information. A study performed for over 19 years showed a significant positive association between the intake of ultra-processed foods and the national prevalence of obesity. All right, enough talking. Let's get to the interesting part. Give me a second. Okay, so let's just picture that we're making a lunch for your children, shall we? So I have nothing special over here, just something you would expect to feed to your children. So here's an organic apple. Here are some chicken nuggets. And then finally, because they haven't had it in a while, I'm going to pour them a small glass of soda. Now, this looks like an average lunch, nothing too special, nothing too extravagant, just a simple lunch for your children. However, did you know, although this apple has a shiny organic label on it, it's actually covered with petroleum-based coatings. And this chicken nugget, although it's high in saturated fat and calories, it actually lacks the nutrients your child's body needs to grow. And this drink, a 30-year-long study performed by Harvard proved that the consumption of this can actually increase your chance of death by 9%. Why do we need organic labels on food? Why can't food just be labeled food? Why do we need BPA-free, steroid-free, chemical-free, as if our food shouldn't already be free from them? We consume an unhealthy amount of chemicals a year, so much that I couldn't find information on it. But when will we open our eyes and realize that what we're being fed is not food? Food is supposed to be nutritious and healthy. However, as something disguised as a human necessity, it is slowly killing our bodies. So, Asal, what do? I can't just ditch my fridge, bring a cow to my small balcony, and grow 3 trees just for the sake of my son's lunch. That's probably running through your head right now. So I want to give you a simple solution. Try your best to avoid them. Try cooking at home more often. Try avoiding frozen goods as they contain a lot more preservatives. Try buying from locals. Try food swapping. Try cutting off soda. All of these little things will help you live a longer and healthier life. It is sad thinking about the fact we have to take such measures as the food we eat is not even considered food anymore, with a splash of wax and has animal intestine in them. But I'll leave this TED Talk with you. Why do you think is the reason why so many health diseases exist? Is it because of our food consumption? Or is it perhaps some other factor? Well, one thing is for sure, and one thing I want you to take from the speech, it's that we humans are designed to eat human food, not a handful of heart disease and cancer. Thank you.